Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Weekly chart, we're clearly below 110.54, assuming we close below it today. Not that we stopped anticipating 79.64, but we were considering it kind of a timeout potentially. And now what occurred was last week we closed just above this formation. And this week there's been no follow through to the upside, but what we were anticipating the possibility of was upward continuation into the upper 120s. If you're looking at this chart, this is a weekly chart, of course. I just want to make the point about 115.10. You've got 110.54, sellable resistance through next week now. But 115.10, I think, is our upward pivot point through next week and into the following. Yes, if we close above 110.54, that is constructive today for the week itself, Thursday being the last trading day of the week, but it really is a settlement above 115.10, I think, that will set off a short cover rally, and then within a week to at the most 129.29 in reach. The 129.29 is a long-term speed line, 128.01 on the daily chart, that if tested can absorb buying through May, and I've been saying that once tested we can fall all the way back into the upper 70s again within a month or two of doing so. I do think the upper 70s are in reach now over the next 3 to 5 weeks anyway, given what's played out on Wednesday. You had the big gap lower opening below 110.46 that actually held the lows pretty much on Tuesday and Wednesday, and now we're clearly back below it. We have a big gap situation. What also occurred actually on Wednesday was testing this 1 week channel bottom at 101.66. So if we're looking at the day itself, it is 101.66 day support. I think you can buy this, aggressive day traders, in anticipation of 107.78 perhaps today. 107.78 is an upside 50% retracement from that 115.10 high against yesterday's low. It does begin to fill the gap, but I think there's going to be a big challenge, at least on an intraday basis, at 107.78. And yes, if we push through 107.78, 110.46 in reach, where a daily high can be placed and we can top out at 110.46 through next week. I'm assuming we're going to close the week today below 110.46. And if we do, then I'm anticipating 79.64 over the next 3 to 5 weeks or sooner. And that sooner would come, I think, with a settlement today below 101.66. This should set off follow-through selling pressures that could, by the end of next week, result in that upper 70s, which is like here. But I'm going to say a 1 to 2 week target, with a settlement today below 101.66. If we break 101.66 today, 97.50 in reach intraday. And if we close below 101.66 today, this targeted 79.64 likely within 1 to 2 weeks. It's preceded by 81.97, which I can find on the weekly chart here as a 50% downside retracement from that October 22 low against that more recent January high. But it really is 79.64, 2-year channel bottom, able to contain selling through the second quarter and possibly even through the rest of the year. And yes, we are anticipating it now over the next 2 to 3 to 5 weeks below 110.54 on that weekly chart. Covering the upside once again, I'm going to go back to the daily chart and just sort of go into what if we push through 110.46, we just might reach 115.10 today. And if we close today above 110.46, that does set up, once again, the upper 120s within 2 to 3 weeks. But there are other hurdles on the way up that I can show you here at 118.25. None of this is in play today. The news that hit on Wednesday, that we're the licensing restrictions now with China and AI in the entire semiconductor industry hit the chip stocks hard. I did, by the way, on YouTube put out a semiconductor video, if you will. I cover AMD, Micron, and also SOX. That is the semiconductor ETF, the iShares. A symbol is SOXX. You might want to check that out on YouTube. So I don't think I need to go into this extensively, but just in case we close today above 110.46, we are then allowing, once again, the upper 120s within several weeks. And I use the word allowing very deliberately now. We've got 115.10, the high of the weekly low. We've got 118.25, a 3-month descending channel top. There's all kinds of challenges on the way up, but I wouldn't be surprised. I suppose what I'm really saying is if we close today, the week itself above 110.46, you might want to lighten up on a short position because the upper 120s would then be attainable within several weeks, where a solid sell opportunity would present through May and from here back to new lows again. Back to, once again, the 79.64 long-term channel bottom. I think that pretty much rounds it out. I'm going to leave it at that for Thursday's NVIDIA report. Just know that this week we put out 2 stock picks, Motorola, Dutch Brothers, that you can see by going to wickedstocks.com. You can see for free by taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll also see our daily Triple Q, our daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock. So check us out at wickedstocks.com. I'll be back Sunday afternoon with Monday's NVIDIA, and you have a great weekend.